What up, world? This your girl Sade with Sade Speaks, and I'm back at it with another episode. So as you see, I'm a little fly today. Got my sunglasses on, about to head out and get into some get into some clean fun today with some of my friends. But before I do that, I just want to stop by and just drop this in y'all spirit real quick. So a couple of days ago, I was reading, Proverbs, and this scripture stuck out to me about iron sharpening iron. You know what? Let me go ahead and pull it up so I can read it to y'all real quick. I'm gonna read it to you real quick, and it just made me think of what my parents used to tell me when I was a kid, and how sometimes the things that our parents tell us, it even follow us as adults. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff we try to pretend like our parents don't know what they're talking about, but they actually do. So here's the verse that I'm referring to. It's Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. It says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens and influences another through discussion." And that was the amplified version. So when I sit here and I think about that, I think about what our parents used to tell us when we was coming up about how we need to be careful who we hang out with, that we don't need to hang out with nobody that's gonna give us a bad influence, that your friends, um birds of a feather flock together. We used to hear that same little saying. So my friends doing this, 9 out of 10 people going to assume I'm doing it too, because that's who I associate myself with. Well, the same thing goes to as an adult. I took on that lesson. I actually listened to my parents on this, and I understand why they say what they said, but I realized, like, as an adult, I still find myself doing the same thing. So let me just drop this in y'all spirit real quick. Y'all, who you hang out with shows who you connected to. If I'm connected to God, and people could argue me with this all day long, but I stand 10 toes on this. If I say I represent God, right? And that I have morals, and that I have that I'm intellectual, or that my parents raised me upright, I'm gonna associate myself with people who have the same upbringing, same mindset. Because if not, 9 out of 10, I'm gonna pick up their habits, I'm gonna pick up their speech, and I'm gonna begin to act like them. If they're not connected to what I'm connected to, it's gonna show. You know what I'm saying? It's like we I see it in adults. Like, okay, so let me get a transparent moment. In my early 20s, right? I would do little crazy stuff. I was real rowdy. We used to go to the club, we used to drink and stuff. And when I used to drink, I used to get real rowdy. And my friends used to edge me on, like, come on, girl, like, like they like that side of me. They like the edge, they like the rough side. That's what they would encourage, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I grew up in the church, but during that time, I wasn't really connected to God. I didn't plug in all the way to my source. You know what I'm saying? I just went to church. That's a whole nother thing that'll preach by itself. I just went to church. I wasn't connected. And it showed through the people who I hung around with, the people who most of my friends, they gossip. We had foul mouths, we going to the club, we had the same mindset when it came to dating, when it came to things that God says, that no to. We had the same mindset, like, oh, we gonna do we want to do anyway. And that's a dangerous thing. you know I realized as I got older that I should hang out with people that's gonna sharpen me. I need to be sharp on every aspect, not just encouraging me when it comes to financial liberty and chasing money and stuff like that. But you want to have the same type of friends who give you the same mindset when it comes to your spiritual walk, when it comes to your day-to-day lives, when it comes to doing the right thing. Like, iron really does sharpen iron, and it will show. Today, most of my friends are have the same mindset that I do. We all follow Christ. We're all trying to live a better life to please Him. We all trying to find the best version of ourselves, because we know that we can never be perfect, but we can definitely work on us and become better and better and more like Christ. All of my friends, we all have the same mindset. The friends that do not have that mindset, we don't hang out with each other. I'm still cool with them because I still talk to them. I still pour into them, but I don't hang out with them. It's the difference. I don't spend all my time with them. I spend my time with the people that's going to sharpen my mindset, that's going to help me become wiser, that's going to help me, make the right choices, that's going to tell me when I'm wrong. Because believe it or not, we feel like our friends shouldn't say that, but I say that you don't have a real friend. They can't tell you when you're wrong. If they can't call you out, if they can't let you know, sis, that wasn't a good thing, that's not a good look, you shouldn't have did that. If your friends can't do that, then they're not friends. Because my friends are honest with me, whether I want to hear it or not. That's real friendship. That's how you sharpen somebody. You sharpen them with being real with them. You sharpen them by being honest with them. You sharpen them by pouring into them. You sharpen them by helping them to elevate. Listen, if your friends are not elevating you, if they're not pouring into you, if they're not making sure that you are on point when it comes to your spiritual walk, if they're not helping you sharpening and renewing your mind daily, I'm sorry, y'all, those are not friends. Those are not friends. And I know this, I think of it as a childhood lesson. I can truly resonate now what my parents were saying. Like, you really, birds of a feather really do flock together. It's the same thing as iron sharpening iron. Like, I need people in my circle. You need people in your circle that's gonna make sure that mind's sharp. That's gonna make sure that you're using God's wisdom and not worldly wisdom. That's gonna make sure that you're walking on the right path. That's gonna call you out. I'm gonna keep saying that because, boy, I done been around a couple of people who feel like, oh, if you call me out, you're not a friend. No, I'm sorry. That means I am a friend. If I see you going down the wrong track, no, I'm not going to come at you condescending. I'm not going to come at you as condemning, but I am going to point out, sis, what's up? Tighten up. This not you. That's what a friend is supposed to do. Even when it comes to the men, the same thing. If you don't have homeboys, bro, that's wrong. Don't do that. If you don't have homeboys that's going to encourage you to do the right thing, get around them. Because it pretty much shows what you're connected to. If I'm connected to God, it's going to show that. It's going to show it in my walk. It's going to show who I hang out with. It's going to show in my actions. If I'm not connected to him, it's going to also show who I hang out with, how I walk, what come out of my mouth. It's going to show. So I say this to say, just remember, y'all, your friends show what you're connected to. You want people that's going to sharpen your mind. That's going to make you sharp, make you better. That's what iron sharpen my iron mean. Like, when I sit down and have a discussion with my sister or my homegirl, we should be sharpening each other. We should be helping each other renew our mind. We should be helping each other look at things from the lens of God, or even look at the things, look at it for what it is, like truth. I hope this bless y'all. I hope this really do bless y'all. I preach this to my son all the time. I'm gonna make sure he watch this one today. That he understands that, you really gotta be careful who you call your friends and who you have in your circle. Because if they're not sharpening y'all, I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if the people in your life, if they are not sharpening you in some way, form, or fashion, then they are not your friends, and you need to consider your circle. I love y'all. I hope this bless you. I hope I didn't offend anybody. I didn't intend to offend anybody, but I'm gonna speak the truth always. I love y'all. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for continuing to share my page, share my videos and stuff with different people. I love it. Spread the word. Spread the word. It's never about me. It's always about God. The things that I talk about, I feel like it can help all of us be better people. I love y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. I am